In this video, we'll be looking at section 5.2, solving using angle relationships. The angle relationships I'm talking about are going to be our supplementary, complementary, and vertical angles. So our essential question will be, how do I solve for a variable using angle relationships? So we'll go through the three different relationships, and so we'll do three different examples. The first one I want to look at is complementary. Complementary angles are two angles that add together and equal 90 degrees. So here's our example. Here's our picture. Like so. And we're told find angle BDC. Okay, so how we'll do that is we'll add the angles. Since it's a right angle, we will add them together and set it equal to 90. So I'm going to do 3x, that's my first angle, plus my second angle, 2x plus 20 equals 90. Because they make this right angle, we know it's going to equal 90. And then the only reason why I put these parentheses here is so you can see this is one of the first angle, 3x. This is my second angle, 2x plus 20. And since we're adding, we can drop those parentheses. And now we're just going to combine like terms and solve. So I have 3x plus 2x is 5x plus 20 equals 90. Just going through my solving motions. So we subtracted 20 from both sides. Now we'll divide by 5, and we get x equals 14. But that doesn't answer the question. That just tells me what x equals. This says find BC. So we got to make sure that we answer the question. So we found what x equals, so now let's find angle BDC. So I can say angle BDC, that's this one right here, is equal to 2x plus 20. And I know x equals 14, so I'm going to plug x in. So I got angle BDC equals 48 degrees. Okay, there we go. So that's for complementary angles. Next we'll do an example for supplementary angles. And supplementary angles are two angles that add together and equal 180 degrees. So let's look at an example. So I've got this angle is 3x plus 4, and then this angle over here we will say is 7x plus 6. And our goal is going to be to find angle ATD. Find angle ATD. Okay, so these are supplementary angles because they're adjacent angles that create this line. See, here's my line right here, DTB. And these two angles come together to create the line. So they're supplementary. So I'll add them together. And it equals 180. Because they're next to each other and they create a line underneath them. Now we can drop our parentheses and solve. First thing I'll do is combine like terms. 3x plus 7x is 10x. 4 plus 6 is 10. Now we're just solving. I'll subtract the 10, that's the constant. And then I'll divide by 10, that's our coefficient. And we get x equals 17. Remember, we have to answer the question. We are not done when we find x. So we got to plug x back in to ATD. So angle ATD is equal to ATD, 3x plus 4. And then we're plugging in 17. 3 times 17 is 51. 51 plus 4 is 55. 55 degrees. We found angle ATD is equal to 55 degrees. So supplementary angles, we add them together and it equals 180. Now vertical angles, vertical angles are two angles that are equal to each other. So we set them equal and solve. So what vertical angles would look like, we could have 2x plus 8 on this angle, and we'll have 3x minus 12 on this angle. Let's give some letters so we can have something to talk about. So we'll go E, F, G, H, M. So let's find HMG. Find angle HMG. So that's our instructions. To do so, we're going to set since they're vertical, they're across from each other, they're not next to each other, they don't share a side, they only share the vertex, so they're on the opposite sides of the vertex. So that's what makes them vertical, opposite sides of the vertex. And so we'll say they're equal to each other. So I'll say 2x plus 8 equals 3x minus 12. And now we're just solving. So I will subtract 2x. We get 8 equals x minus 12. We add 12, and we get 20 equals x. So we found x equals 20. But again, we got to answer the question. And the question is find HMG. So I'll take my angle HMG. I know it is equal to HMG is equal to 3x minus 12. And now we're just plugging x in, 20. So I have angle HMG equals 3 times 20 minus 12 equals 60 minus 12 equals 48. Angle HMG equals 48 degrees. So, to recap, we have complementary angles. They create a right angle together. We add them together and it equals 90. Make sure you're always answering the question. Here's our question up here. Find BDC. So answer the question. For supplementary angles, they're next to each other and they create that line, the straight angle underneath them. So 3x plus 4 plus 7x plus 6, we add them together and it equals 180. Then we solve. Make sure we answer the question. Find angle ATD, so we plug in to find. Vertical angles are on opposite sides of a vertex from each other. Here's my vertex M, and then on opposite sides. So when they're on opposite sides, they are equal to each other. We solve, and then we make sure we answer the question. Plug back in to answer the question. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.